guys, what's up? It's Roll here coming to you today with something RXC. Today we're joined with Steph. How are you going today, Steph?
Good.
Awesome. So Steph was really close this year to qualifying to the games. Is this your second regionals that you've competed in, or third?
It is my second regionals.
Second?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So to people who don't know you, Steph, tell us a little bit about how you got into CrossFit and your training background.
I moved to Australia about 2.5 years ago, and newly graduated from college in the States. Didn't really know what I was doing exercise-wise, but I was just rocking up to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, going on the treadmill, doing the whole like girl thing, like put your headphones in and do an hour's worth of cardio.
Okay.
And, and my background has always been athletic. I was a gymnast for 10 years. And then I had a bad fall in high school and wanted to still compete. And so then I started to dive and got a college scholarship to the University of Wyoming and
for diving?
For diving.
Yep.
And dove for 6 or 7 years. And graduated college and was trying to look for something and I actually emailed CrossFit Adelaide and Ben wrote back, he's like, yep, come on in, and never looked back.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
So you started CrossFit here in Adelaide?
I did.
Yeah. With your gymnast background, what did you do in gymnastics?
Well, in gymnastics you have to obviously compete all 4 events, vault, bars, beam, and floor. But bars and vault were my favorite events. But yeah, I did a lot. I got up to level 10. That was like the old standard, like the old
gymnastics
system.
Yeah. Is level 10 the highest level you can get to, or?
No, there's level 10 elite, and then it goes into like a different vein for like Olympics and stuff, and you have to move somewhere else to train. But,
what did you enjoy more, gymnastics or diving?
I would say diving. Yeah.
That's pretty scary. Like, how high are the diving boards that you were jumping from?
1 meter, 3 meters, 5, 7.5 meters, and 10 meters.
Cool. What's it like the first time you're at that 10 meter board, which is, I'm guessing, the highest one anyone would see at any kind of local swimming pool? What's the courage, or what is it like to be looking down and you're like? Honestly,
jumping off forward on 10 meters is probably one of the scariest things that you can do. And as a diver, when you're diving and you can kind of fill that space up with something, it's less scary.
Okay, and so a routine, or?
Like flips and stuff, and like arm stands and so the more flips you do, like the less you're kind of thinking about the height, then the more you're focused on where am I spotting and where do I need to kick out, and so. How many bad dives do you get as a diver? Like a lot. A lot. Because I'm guessing you'd have to fail lots of times till you get it kind of right. Yes. Yep, absolutely. A lot. I've had, I got a concussion one time from diving because I missed my spot and over-rotated and hit the water. But yeah, there's busted eardrums that happen. There's people who hit the board. It's pretty gnarly. But it's intense. Yeah, it's really fun. I don't think I ever want to try from that. But I'm a big scaredy cat. Now moving on to CrossFit. What was your experience like with CrossFit when you first started? It was intimidating. Walking to the box or the actual workouts? Just everyone who was working out had 5+ years experience, and but it was really fun because you got to compete with other people, which I really liked, and just started working on my weaknesses. Weightlifting was kind of a weakness. We weightlifted in college, and so that's where I got my weightlifting experience as well. But the muscle ups, rings was a bit challenging. Just because in women's gymnastics you only have those 4 events, and you never really get to tinker around with the rings, and so that's a
And I think that's something a lot of people think, that when they hear somebody has a gymnastics background, they think, oh yeah, you've been on the rings and stuff a lot, but they don't understand that in women's gymnastics, you don't ever necessarily play around with the rings.
Yeah.
You might do it on your spare time, but it's not part of the routine or what you're building.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you find that your basic gymnastics has helped you throughout CrossFit?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I find it, I'm really appreciative of my background in gymnastics and diving, because it has given me a really good base to compete and to be confident in my gymnastic skills. You know, I don't have to double think when I kick up into a handstand if I'm gonna go forward, if I'm gonna fall, or anything like that. Like, that's something I can always rely on my ability to do. So
yeah. What about in competitiveness through gymnastics and diving? Have you been able to kind of use what you learned from competing in those sports into CrossFit, or is CrossFit a different sort of ball game when it comes to competing?
Oh man, yeah, I would say CrossFit is a different ball game for sure. When you're in a workout and you're going at 100%, that's your 100%.
Yeah.
And so your 100% could be more than mine.
Yeah.
So that's what I find so cool about it. It's everyone's trying hard, everyone's working hard. It's just, you know, everyone's different.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what makes you go.
Yeah.
If you see someone else kind of at your ability level, you're like, God, well, if they can do that, I can surely do that. And,
yeah. I think
it makes you like step your game up a lot.
Yeah, and I like what you just said about if someone else's 100% might be more than yours, and that's kind of like a big part in CrossFit. You kind of always have to learn to. You can see that when Rich Froning competes, you know, he waits for someone else to slightly slow down his nice steady pace, you know, kind of carries them through.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big game, and when you're competing against other people, you know, like as a gymnast, do you think your background made you want to go harder all the time, or like taught you to pace and be more controlled?
It's made me go harder, actually. But in saying that, you kind of have to pull the reins back a bit.
Yeah.
Like for longer workouts for me, I know I have to pace myself. I know I can do 40 overhead squats unbroken in a certain workout, but I know that, hey, it's probably not a good idea for that 2,000 meter row you have at the end.
Yeah,
so,
just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so for other athletes, they're really good at endurance events and they might be able to do that, but for me as an athlete, I know where to pull back and where to go. Yeah,
no, definitely. What were some of the hardest things you found in CrossFit? The gymnastics, like the rings, the weightlifting, the strength. What did you find has become the hardest to you?
I would say the rings probably would be difficult, just muscle ups in general. I've definitely have improved a lot on them.
Yeah.
But what else? Weightlifting is always a constant battle.
Yeah, you say this though, but you have a pretty massive clean and jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you find has your strength with that just kind of improved on its own, or something that you've really had to kind of work on?
Something that I've had to work on a lot. I've had to work on my engine a lot. From last year's regionals, my chipper event was my worst event.
Yeah.
Same with this year. It's an ongoing process, and so it might not be fun, but I'm doing 5 2K rows a week in a session. I'm doing 4 15-minute efforts on the airdyne, and so it's not fun work, but it's work I know I need to do to improve on that weakness. And seeing all the chicks that are snatching these days, it's completely amazing. It's ridiculous.
Like the weights have just grown up so much.
Yeah. We're beasts. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So you've been competing, you know, at a high level for 2 years. How many years have you been doing CrossFit for now?
For 2.5 years.
Yeah. So you walked in, and you know, within 6 months you were at a pretty high level.
Yep. Walked in January actually. And
okay,
so
in that open. Yeah.
And so Ben was like, hey, yeah, you should enter the open. I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't even know what it is. Like, what is this? And so I entered, and I got like I don't even know, like 900th place in Australia.
Yeah.
And then that next year, just did the Open again and happened to make it top 30, which was cool. So.
Was that a deliberate attempt, or was that something that just kind of happened?
It was something that happened because at the time I was training with Amanda.
Yeah.
And so obviously if you have someone who is more experienced and someone you can kind of chase, like it just kind of naturally happened that way. So yeah. No, very cool. Yeah.
Cool. We'll take a small break, guys. We'll come back and we'll keep asking Steph some more questions. All right, guys, we're back with Steph. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of CrossFit and this year's regionals. What did you think of the programming?
The programming was good. I was a bit nervous about the chipper again.
Yeah.
Just with 100 GHD setups, I'm not sure. I wasn't too sure on how that really.
How was that was going to pan out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That the SCHPs were a little spicy number thrown in there.
Was that probably one of the worst parts of that workout, or was still the GHCs the worst part?
I would say the SCHPs for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really struggled on those.
Yeah. You know, I think they sometimes get a bit of flack thrown into them. You know, the sumo deadlift high pulls. And I think that was kind of CrossFit's way of telling people, you know, you need to work on this movement because.
Well, and I, working with our foundations groups, like we always go over that CHP movement, just because it's one of the basic movements of CrossFit, and it's really good to learn. But having it pop up in a workout, like you never really
not that heavy. Yeah, not that heavy in that many reps.
And definitely not with a barbell. So it was something that I practiced a lot. But the programming was good, and I really loved that last workout. Yeah. Honestly, I know I kind of bombed on it, but that workout in practice was one of my most favorite workouts.
Yeah. What happened in that last event specifically? What was going through your head?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. I can see all these chicks moving off of the rings. This is not how I practiced this workout. This is not how it went in my gym. Like, and it's a completely different environment. And so Ben, my coach, like when he trains me, we don't train for failure. And that's exactly what I did on the rings. I got no repped and it messed up my set numbers. I was supposed to go 6-5-4 on the rings. I got no repped on that set of 5, and I tried to hold on for 6 and just overcooked my shoulders. And as everyone knows, when you overcook a gymnastics movement, it's not gonna happen.
You just need time.
You have to sit there and you have to look and wait at the rings, and you just have to pray that your muscles are recovering. And so didn't practice the backup plan, but ended up making it through obviously my 15. But I was seeing all the girls, and then it defeats you more, and then that last bar of that ladder felt like 100 kilos. Yeah,
and what was the weight for women?
80 kilos.
80 kilos,
about 80 kilos. But it was a humbling workout. It definitely teaches you a lot about yourself, how to accept defeat and how do I move past this. And I was so close, and you could have made the games, but I didn't at the end of the day. So
Does that make you hungrier, or does that just change your perspective as to what you want?
It makes both. It makes me hungrier, and it also, I have a deeper respect for just all of my competitors. Especially all of the 6th place finishers, like in all of the other regions. Like I'm sure we all were feeling the same way. But just more respect.
Because I think that's something that happens a lot in CrossFit. Like it's a sport where we constantly meet with failure. You know, whether you're a competitive athlete or you're just the new person who's at the box, and there's a weight that you want to lift that's maybe as prescribed on the board, and you just can't lift it. And constantly battling that whole, like, how do I take the feedback that this bar is giving me, and how do I apply that, and how do I put motivation on that so that I want to go to the gym next day.
Yeah, and it helps knowing that like you're in the same boat as all the other athletes. Like Sam Briggs didn't make it to the games last year because her regional didn't go as what she planned, and so it helps knowing that you kind of have people on your side like, hey man, I've been there. It sucks, but you can do it. Like it's cool. And just put in the work and see what comes.
No, very cool. Do you have any CrossFit inspirations?
I'm a big fan of Lindsay Valenzuela. Huge fan of Sam Briggs. I really like the way Sam approaches her competitions. And the way she reflected of like her experience of the games, like it's good. Like she's like, someone filled my peg holes with something, like I couldn't get my peg in there, and I just find that level of humility just awesome. It makes her seem like a real person.
No, definitely. What did you think of her this year competing at the games?
She kicked ass.
Yeah, she did really good.
She freaking kicked ass, and I was all of those women like in the top 5, 10, like the whole women in that field kicked ass. What did you think about the games, the programming, how it went? There's lots and lots of articles online right now saying it was too hard, no it wasn't too hard, yes it was too hard, kidney damage, too hot, Murph, blah blah blah. What do you think? They definitely had a lot on their plate, volume wise. Doing Murph in that heat with the weight vest on, I would say probably wasn't the smartest idea. But in saying that, every athlete knew what they had to do. And unfortunately, some women's bodies could handle it and some women's couldn't. But I don't know. It's a challenging process every time that you have to go to the games. Obviously, I wouldn't know, but
how to recover from it. Which is a huge part of CrossFit. Like, can you recover well enough to up your volume and your intensity? How do you deal with recovery in training?
I listen to my body a lot. I don't really have scheduled rest days. If something feels good on the day, if squatting feels good on like today, say for instance, I will squat my ass off. It's kind of like the CT Fletcher approach. If it feels good, do it. Why not? And so that's kind of the approach that I take. But I do have certain things that I need to work on every day. So
no, very cool. Nutrition, do you take that into account in your recovery, or is your body like pretty good with what you're doing at the moment?
Body's pretty good with what I'm doing at the moment. I try to eat clean. But I don't really pay attention too much to my diet just because I feel good.
You feel good. The results in the pudding, you're doing well. And what about sleep? Do you sleep a lot at night? How do you recover?
Naps.
Naps, throughout the day?
Yes, naps.
Is that because you don't get a lot of sleep at night, or is that because you feel like you need more sleep to...
I get a lot of sleep at night actually, but being up at 5 o'clock in the morning, just because I take class like that early, and sometimes I take the 6:15 class. I just love my naps. Ever since I was like a little girl, like nap time is a good time for me. But
no, very cool. What's something that hasn't been tested so far in CrossFit, whether it's in the Open or regionals or the games, that you'd like to see come up? And you can take some time to think about that. I
think a really cool event for the games would be to do the hopper.
So just whatever.
Just throw movements in the hopper and pull it out, and same with like rep schemes and stuff like that. I think that would be a really cool concept because it's the unknown. It's constantly varied. So prove it.
Prove that you can do it. Kind of like they did in the 2007 games, where they just kind of came out with that 2,000 row and 100 pull-up workout, whatever it was.
Exactly.
No.
I think that would be really cool. Static handstand holding, I feel like could be in there as well. But at the regional level, I think they could throw in like a handstand workout in there. So not just a max system handstand walk. Have some other movements in there with a handstand walk paired in there. So
no, cool. You competed in some other high-level events this year. You competed at the OC Throwdown. What did you think of that event?
Overall, it was a good event, minus the hurdles.
How did you go in the hurdles?
Horrible.
So anyone who doesn't know, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
5'3".
Which is 161 centimeters. I don't really know. But the hurdles was tough. I definitely fell.
Okay, Were you okay from the falls or?
Yeah, I was fine. I had a big bruise on my butt, but if that's the worst thing that could happen, then I'd say I walked away pretty
Wasn't too bad. How did you find the programming for that event?
The workouts were alright. I thought it would be a little bit bigger. Spectator wise. But I do know that they're having all of their workouts this year approved by some national fitness
thing. Organization.
Board. So they're trying to make it safer, but
because it almost seems like they tried to make it more unsafe from the past year. So it was kind of just bad luck. Like, oh man. Again. Well, cool idea anyway. The hurdles, but they went really high. How high was the highest women's hurdle?
It came up to my chest. And I think doing it for time was a bit unsafe.
And you had to jump it forward. You couldn't do like a side, like kind of like a proper high jump where you're able to throw your legs over it. It had to be one kind of forward motion. No,
so,
cool. What's your favorite benchmark in CrossFit?
Diane.
Diane?
Yes.
You better because you're good at handstand push-ups or?
Yep, and I just really like doing that workout. I think Jackie's a fun one to do as well. But definitely Diane. That's my favorite.
And what's one benchmark that you don't want to ever really see that you don't like doing?
Oh man, Murph. No.
Murph.
That's a hero workout.
Hero workouts could be included.
Well,
Murph. Because of the long endurance workout, or? And
the high rep, everything.
I
don't know, those air squats, they get pretty difficult.
They get really hard, like overload movement, definitely.
We had air squats.
These are getting tough. No, very cool. Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to take another break. We'll come back and we'll answer some listener questions. Cool. Welcome back, guys. So we've got a couple of questions for you, Steph, from listeners. Question number one is somebody wants to know what your favorite clean meal is. So
favorite clean meal.
Clean meal, just different. Most people usually ask about a cheat meal.
I would say chicken lap. It's a Thai dish. It's chicken mince with coriander, mint, cucumber, carrots, ginger, a little bit of fish sauce. You toss it up and that's what it is. It's delicious.
Cool. How do you deal with avoiding injury? Are you prone to injury? Have you had many injuries in the past?
I have not. No. The only serious injury that I've had was the one that made me quit gymnastics. That was a bad fall from the bar. I just let go of my dismount too early and just slammed my neck into the mat, and that was more scary than it was like an injury. I recovered well from it, but I, knock on wood, haven't been seriously injured in my career. But in answering your question, I listen to my body. So if my back is really sore, I'll kind of stay away from deadlifts and front squats and
movements that overload just fine too much.
So
the next question is what is the best way that you find to recover, which I guess we kind of covered before, just naps, sleep. Listen to your body. Don't overtrain when you feel like not training. Another person asks, what's your inspiration? 2 regionals with outstanding performances. What's the plan for 2016?
Oh, look, I would really love to podium in 2016 regionals. I feel like that's definitely doable. And from this year's regional, it kind of, that whole weekend kind of put steam in my engine for proof that I know I can do it. And just gonna train really hard and enter more competitions, so I can think on the fly when I need to change up a workout. I just need more experience competing, really.
Feeling what it's like training in that adrenaline environment. Because it's so different,
it's completely different. Like having Cara Webb next to you, you're like, whew,
like
gotta put on my big girl pants, that's, I just need to compete more.
And the other question is, who do you look up to, and what motto gets you through the hurt?
Lindsay Valenzuela, I look up to a lot. She had a quote on her Instagram one time that said, "The only way out is through." And so on those freaking long chippers, that's all I think about. I'm like, hey, the only way out is through, so you gotta just buck up and do it.
No, cool. Now you've got a competition coming up, the Granite Games. Have there been many workouts released for that? Do you know any details?
I don't, but I'm creeping hardcore. I know they've released the picture of a ski erg. And they released the movement on their Instagram a couple days ago of someone doing deficit handstand push-ups. So,
something along the lines
keeping
of that.
my eyes out.
How was the qualifying process for that? Was that a video qualification or?
Yep, it was a 4-week qualification. And the workouts were really well programmed. I'm really impressed with their programming and their theory behind their programming. The last one was a deadlift muscle up workout. And high rep deadlifting is another hole in my fitness, which tested me a lot, which was good. The qualifying process went well. I feel like I could have done better on a couple of workouts, but I barely made it through, thank goodness.
What other competitions out there are you looking to compete in the future, or do you want to do like other big ones, like would you do the OC throw anything, water policer, big ones like that?
If I had the money to go back to the States, I definitely would compete in those. Turns out competing is an expensive thing to do in CrossFit, so if I had the money, I'd totally throw down over there. But locally, I'm gonna compete in Fit Wars as well as Schwartz's, and there's the All-Starter Affiliate Series. That's a team competition that we'll be going to Melbourne and competing in. So
very cool. Schwartz is in November, and Fit Wars is coming up in October. So you've got September Granite Games, October Fit Wars, November Schwartz. And when's the All-Star Series?
It's a week before the Fit Wars, so 2 comps in October.
So a lot on your plate. How do you manage to keep your training up while competing? I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. They go to a competition and they're drained. They're just not motivated to keep training throughout it. Do you try and be smart about it, or do you just treat it like another day of training? I just try to think about it as another day of training. For me, right now, that's what I need to do. I need to compete more, and yes, competitions are draining. But luckily, most of those competitions are only one-day events. And so, if you're putting your foot on the gas in your training and you're doing a lot in 3-day blocks, then I feel like it'll kind of set you up. It'll translate, to those big competition days. No, cool. All right, last couple of things. Do you have any sponsors that you like to thank, or anybody that you'd like to give a shout out before we wrap up?
Yes, I would like to thank my sponsors, The Wildlife. They've been seamless in my competition, regionals, anything that I need, they're always there phone call away.
Yeah.
Really cool. We catch up a lot, so they're good friends as well.
Yeah.
And my other sponsor, Boulder Bands, they're located in Colorado, which is where I'm from in the States.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I get my headbands from.
Yeah.
And so they've been also a huge support from back home as well. So.
Yeah. No, very cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, Steph, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we'll catch up with you a little bit later.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. Take care, guys, and peace. Hey guys, what's up? It's Raul here coming to you with something RXC. Don't leave us hanging, guys. Subscribe, the top button is right there. Make sure to press that subscribe button so you can stay updated with all our videos. Take care and peace.